and welcome to Everyday Woman, the show that was created by women, for women, and the issues that are important to us. Divas, how are you doing?
How are you?
Oh my gosh, Natasha, can I start with you?
Yes.
I want to know, how are you doing?
I am doing really well, and I am flying out today. I'm doing my annual training in Virginia at Cheetah Mannix. Hoorah, NCHB 14.
So you're leaving after the show?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Hoorah.
Be careful, okay? Please be careful.
I'm not going to be doing all that.
If you have time, you got to go over to D.C. and hang out.
Yeah, they don't give us no time.
No.
But what do you do when you go to these?
Well, we do. I'm in a cargo handling battalion, but I'm the lead security person for the unit, so I just yell at people and boss people around. Say, oh, you can't park here.
Do you know the password?
Do you know the password? Reese, how have you been? Can I just say you look beautiful? That hair is something pretty.
Thank you.
it is.
It's the color. You know, it's someone mixing
And
the
the
color.
hair's pretty.
Is that what was different? Is the color? You look really
It's the
pretty.
color.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Still writing, producing, trying to get it together, and every day is a new day, but I'm still, just striving to be the best that I can, just like
you have
everyone
anything
else.
really fabulous on the horizon?
Well, I'm hoping to develop my own show.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I'm working
Very
on it
good.
really hard.
Very good. Jackie?
Well, today I've been celebrating my 30th birthday this week. I actually am in very good health with my sickle cell, so I'm really happy about that. And I just got back from Vegas, so this is what's been going on with me this week.
Good.
Approaching a new decade in my life.
Can I go back, Reese? What
Yes.
kind of show are you trying to develop? I mean, what are you going to do? Talk to us about it.
Well-
you can't just leave it. I'm developing my own show. They're like, what?
Well, I have two shows. One is called The Sassy Suit, and it's about career and lifestyle and beauty. So that is a part of all of our lives in terms of, everyone has a job, no matter if you're in the home or outside of the home, and lifestyle and beauties, which is what women love as well, and men too.
Okay, the sassy suit.
The
I
sassy
like
suit.
that.
Sounds good.
Okay. She doesn't, she left me hanging by saying that. I'm sorry, Jackie.
Oh, no, you're
doing
fine.
it. What else is going on with you?
We saw your pictures on Facebook.
I know. Exactly. I'm just excited to start a new chapter in my life at 30 and everything. I was very afraid to approach this age, but, I'm
Why
here.
were you
so
so
young.
afraid?
Because everybody looks at 30 like that's the end.
But you look 20.
Who is everybody?
Who is
You
that?
look
People
20.
who don't are people who are older.
Who?
Oh,
No, I heard 30 is the new 20.
So
I mean,
Now,
really.
I'm
but you're
trying to
approaching 30 and
decide-
you said that you were kind of nervous about that too.
Okay, yeah, so I'm not going
put it on
to
blast.
only because I'm not where I thought I would be.
And that's the fear for every 30-year-old or somebody that's approaching that. If you feel like, what? Like, I thought I was going to
Okay.
be here, was married,
Just
with
be
the kids.
happy you're still alive.
yes, I was going to get back to Jacquelyn. What have you been up to? How are you?
Well, I'm great. I'm enjoying June. It's also my birthday month. And
Happy
I'm
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Not quite 30 yet. And I'm just, in this process of figuring out me and getting everything together and trying to keep it that way. And it is hard to try and do fabulous.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But before we go to me, can I get back to the 30? What is this whole apprehension about being 30?
It's just where you are in life. Like, I feel like if you feel like you're where society says you should be by now, like with a, wife, kids, and have the career at the same time, and I'm not there yet, so it's just kind of one of those things.
Okay, but who puts that pressure on you?
Society.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from the Midwest and everybody.
TV or something.
Yeah, I know.
But you have to say F society.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
what
there you
you,
go.
That's what I
this
did.
is a new
Because you could
millennium.
also be divorced by now with 5
Exactly.
children. So you have to do you. And also, too, society tells us that we are women and that we have to hold our own. So
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, you all got me a little worked up about that, but I'm glad to hear all of you guys are doing. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hi and welcome. You're watching Before the Show with Jackie and Everyday Woman. Right now we're here with Jacquelyn Moyer, and she's a new
ladies.
co-host to the show, a new addition here. And I just want to ask you a couple of questions about yourself because you have a very interesting background. Like, for example, you speak French. That's something I'm trying to learn.
Really?
Yes.
Why do you want to speak French?
For class, so I can pass my class and get my degree.
I was kind of just born with this love of everything French. French food,
Nice.
French culture, the language, the romance.
Yeah,
so
it's
I started
beautiful.
studying when I was 8 years old.
Now, wait a minute. You said you love French food. Now, I know they eat something. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a curdled blood or something that's over in France that we learned in French class. That's kind of weird. Dried blood or something?
Of course. I mean, the French chefs are very artistic, and their cuisine is much different than the typical American style.
Yes.
But I mean, everything from snails to curdled blood or steak tartare, raw meat. I mean, you might not have a taste for it, but everything's worth at least one bite.
Okay, I'll have to go and try it. Okay, so the other thing is I know you also have a background, you studied broadcasting. What made you even interested in the media?
Well, I've always been a fan. I've always kind of wanted my spot in the spotlight to teach, to tell, to talk, to kind of be that light and that face for a lot of different women out there, which in turn drew me to Everyday Woman.
Nice. So Everyday Woman is a show, of course all of our viewers know. We're basically the average woman, the day-to-day woman's voice. We want to give them a voice, talk in politics of the things that they want to hear and questions they want to ask. We're that voice. So what attracted you to that?
Well, just because I think there's a lot of celebrity voices out there,
yes.
But it's really hard for celebrity to relate to the real girl, the real woman of any age. And we've got questions, and we need some answers.
We need a voice.
Exactly. We're here to figure that out.
Also, I noticed that you have absolutely amazing style. I love your dress.
Thank you.
So are you into like fashion and everything like that? It seems like you're...
Absolutely. To the core, of course, keeping in mind it's not about couture, it's about confidence, kind of my mantra. But I spent years as a fashion model. I worked internationally.
Nice.
And I have a love of everything trends, fashion, glamour, beauty. So I'm all about finding a good find, of course. It's in the treasure hunting. It doesn't have to be from the runway. You know, it can be
for something for the day woman, how to like put it on but save yourself some money and all that good stuff.
I have to admit I'm a bit of a Maximista.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I love me some Marshalls,
Yes.
a little TJ Maxx, maybe some Macy's. But
too.
it's all about finding a good, solid piece and spending a little bit of money on that, and then getting the trendy things to
Kind of
change
mix
it up.
and match it.
Exactly. Get your staple and then get your belt or your scarf or something like that.
Awesome. Well, we want to welcome you to the show. We're very excited to have you here. I know our viewers are excited to get to know you. So I just want to say thank you.
Here's Everyday Woman.
We're back with Open Dialogue. Ladies, the topic is Jerry Sandusky. I didn't even need to say anything else.
Here's
Jacquelyn,
the
go.
thing about this guy. Obviously, he's a creeper.
Yes.
He does not look like one. First and foremost, he looks like my grandfather,
And his
which
wife
makes
is
it
a creeper too.
But you know what though, that's how a lot of pedophiles and people are. They're not people who look like necessarily what you would think they would look like.
That's
and
how
that's
they
the
get you.
misconception.
They con people
Okay.
into thinking.
Well,
'cause it's all
let's just
con.
keep it real.
Oh, yes.
Men have a tendency, they have this little club. I am just appalled by what has happened with this whole
Yes,
Sandusky
very.
thing
That's-
because one, football
Yeah.
is big business, okay?
Exactly.
Men are
That's the whole
protective. That's that code. It's kind of it's sort of
I
like the
think it was
military.
Okay,
money.
so-
men.
No,
I
the
hate
military
that.
does not have that code,
Not
and it's not
well.
all
No,
men
no,
in the
no. You
military.
didn't watch one of the other shows that talked
Well,
about
I'm in the
women.
military.
Well, I know, but there's some
And
things
I'm a
that
prison
happen
guard
to
in the military.
women. There are things that happen in the military to women,
You're
and I'm
gonna
not
tell me
down.
this?
I'm not down on the
I know
military.
this because
I'm very
I have-
supportive
no,
of our
okay,
military,
but no, do
there are
not
things
compare
that
the
happen
military
to women.
the Sandusky
Well,
trial.
that's
And
yeah,
I'm
that's
talking
different.
about the
Jason,
codes of the
that's-
men.
we want to keep it on
I'm talking about the
this
code of the
topic
men.
And
of
I'm
Jerry
part of
Sandusky.
the people that fight those codes of
But I
men
think-
because I have had people
Go
in
ahead.
prison
Okay,
for
but
that,
listen,
and I'm a
guys,
military police
Whether it's
officer.
men or whatever, but here's the core for me.
Yes.
Because I am a sexual abuse survivor. And so this whole thing has been very, very
Close to you.
difficult for me because he preyed on the innocent.
Yes.
He preyed on these young people, their families.
That were foster
they were at
children.
risk. Right. And so and I have to be honest, I'm putting myself out there.
Yeah.
It's hard. You never know what you do to a child when you
For the
take
rest of
their
their lives.
innocence.
Right.
And so
Horrible.
for him to, or for his defense team to say, oh, he has some type of a personality disorder.
Which is crazy.
But
Bull crap.
what's
that's
sad
what
is
we're
that
looking out
someone
for
knew
children.
about it.
Yeah.
Someone
Who's
knew
looking out
about
for
it.
the kids
And
and their well-being
and
for
his
one
wife.
person.
It's not just the children.
Yes,
it's not just.
absolutely.
It's his wife
Absolutely.
knew what was going on.
Did
Did she
Exactly.
know
Why?
what was going
yes.
on?
How could you not know what's
Yeah,
going
that's
on?
the thing. Like
Women-
even if it's
there was
speculation,
People got,
come on.
no,
yeah.
there was
No.
children who got molested in the house, and everybody at Penn State who had anything to do with that should all be in jail.
Okay, but
They
wait
were
a
jailed.
minute, Brian.
Hold
That's a
on. Let's
horrible
listen
thing.
to this. Jacquelyn, do you think that she didn't know what was going on? I want to hear that.
I honestly can't believe as a woman that she knew and
Ooh,
would
no,
stick
no.
by that man's side.
I would not be
Yes.
surprised because there are lots of cases where kids are molested
here's the
and the
thing,
woman has
she-
turned her blind eye because she wanted to keep her. Even
Well,
kids,
she
parents
must have been
who
intuition.
let her
That
boyfriend
woman's
molest her own
intuition.
daughters
Exactly.
or sons. There are kid situations like that, so I would not be surprised.
But she has a good point. Maybe she's in denial. I won't say that she didn't know, but maybe she's
But
in
that's not
denial.
an excuse,
No.
and
Or
that's
maybe
not a good
right.
reason because who's looking out for those kids? You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest.
and
It
let's-
doesn't matter if she's in denial.
They
She
weren't
should
her
go down
kids.
with her.
They weren't her kids.
It
That's why
doesn't
would
matter.
she
It
care?
could be your kid, and that's
But
what you have to
I
look
think
at.
it's a
that
natural
code.
reaction to want to protect children. I don't
Yes.
understand
First
how
of all,
you
even
don't
if
know
it's
how
not
to
yours.
protect
Unless
children.
she's trying to protect herself. She may have felt
And that's
threatened
the
in this
most
situation
selfish
as well.
thing in
That's
this
the
entire
worst.
life. That's
And-
the worst.
I think she may have been fearful as well. You know, she's living probably that 50s, thought process
Okay.
of you let your man, you
But
you
let's
turn a
paint the
blind
pictures,
eye.
Lisa.
No, not
Jerry
that.
I think
Sandusky.
that was part of
Okay,
it.
let's
It
paint the
could have
picture
been, but
though.
that's not good.
Jerry Sandusky, assistant football coach at Penn State.
Oh.
We're talking about, Penn State celebrityism.
A lot of money.
And so there was a lot
money
at
and the
stake.
money and the
It's a
male
lot, but
code.
that's the
could
problem
not
with
believe
society
that-
and why a lot of
Yes.
things that are wrong with society are wrong because people don't want to stand
What
up
about
and
how-
they want to lean back
Yes.
on the excuse that, I was in denial, I
And
was
what about
afraid.
how all those
Get
people
over it.
protested?
Get over it.
Protested. I was so mad when I saw all those college students protesting. What's that old
But
man
let
who
me
just
tell
died?
you why, Tasha.
I could not believe
Let
they
me tell
were
you why.
rioting. They were rioting for
No, let me-
somebody who protected
Let me
a
tell you
child
why.
molester.
Because I did not tell my mother that I was molested for 40 years. So the tendency for people to say is, well, it didn't happen to you. Why didn't you say anything? And so that is why they're standing behind them and they're saying, you know what? How are you coming out now and talking about this? If it was so traumatic for you, why didn't you say anything then?
Right, and
I
that's the
take
problem,
issue
yeah.
with that.
Well,
and
that's
that's
the problem.
why
Right.
they were protesting, because they think they're lying. That's not something that you lie about.
No.
When somebody sexually and takes your virginity and does that to you, and I'm sorry I'm so passionate about it, but this is how I
No,
feel,
you should be.
that stuff is
Well,
real.
I thought
And for
that
people
was
to
so
demean it,
disgusting that all those college students were protesting that.
Yeah.
I thought that was the most disgusting
Well, I
thing
think
in
they
the
were
world.
horrified as well. If they couldn't
were
believe this
horrified.
person,
There was
I mean,
somebody
they
that-
put this person up on a pedestal and
And
couldn't
they-
believe
But
that he
sometimes
did
you gotta
this.
take them back down.
You're
That
right.
many kids that came out, that
Exactly.
many people
All
that
of
started
those
coming
people
forward.
should
Come on.
be in jail.
Well,
Who's
hang
there
on.
to protect the kids?
I want to know what made them come out? What made you come out? What made you decide this is the time where I'm going to be honest about what happened
It's
to
different
me?
for every
I
person.
mean, it's different for
assume.
every person, but
Yeah.
for me, because I was living a lie and other things in my life were just falling apart.
Right, it
and
affects
so
you.
I
You
had
can't
to
be
deal
free.
it back to what the core was, and I never dealt with that.
And if you listen to a lot of people,
Right.
there's a lot of shame that goes behind
Absolutely.
it. And there are
Absolutely.
a lot of boys, men that are
Yes.
molested,
Especially
as
when
well.
you're molested
And
by
so
another
it's
man.
that-
Yeah.
Again, I think it's that male code
Absolutely.
that helps seal
Absolutely.
that people did
and
not
those
speak up.
children didn't have anybody to tell in the first place, because those children were at-risk children. They were
Yes.
foster kids.
So he
they
preyed
weren't
on
being
the weak.
protected. So they
Well-
didn't have anybody to tell. And then look at, if they would have told, look at how all the coaches
Well,
and
sure,
everybody
the
else
backlash.
would feel. It wouldn't have
I
mattered.
hear you.
Right.
Ladies, a great group dialogue. Sorry for the passion, but because I'm living it, and I really appreciate your input. Stay tuned to Every Way Woman. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Jacquelyn with Every Way Woman, and you're watching Before the Show. Right now I have Miss Reese Alexander, one of our new co-hosts that's going to be in addition to us, so don't forget to watch. And Miss Alexander, I want to ask you about some of your background in co-hosting, or hosting, I should say.
Well, I host and produce my own show,
Nice.
one called The Sassy Suit, and I'm just saying website TV.
And you're a nice, sassy lady.
Thank you. I believe in keeping it sassy, classy, but never trashy. I'm just saying.
Awesome. I love that idea of your show and the concept of it, because you focus on different issues, but you bring a sense of humor to the entire show. What made you want to do that?
Well, I'm an HR executive as well as being a host, and I think that the things that people do in the workplace are sometimes very humorous. I mean, they can
Yes.
be very serious.
I agree.
But I think there's a humorous side to life in terms of people and what they do. So I bring some information as well as the humor.
Okay, what is your background? Are you originally from Los Angeles? What's your background? Where are you from?
I'm a Southern Belle, so
Oh, nice. And you can tell.
yeah, Southern Belle. So I'm originally from Tennessee and New Orleans.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool. I need to hit up Mardi Gras this year. So, okay. The other thing is I want to ask you is what attracted you to this show, Everyday Woman? As you know, we represent the everyday woman. We're the voice for them. So what is it as a woman, as a sassy woman, that brought you to us?
I think that I have something to share as well as I have something to learn from all the other
Nice.
women. So I like just being a part of that sisterhood where we can all
Nice.
share information and empower one another, because I think it's about empowering other women and being supportive.
I love it. What makes you an everyday woman?
I think that I'm struggling just like everyone, trying to be a better person, and it's a day-by-day process.
Awesome. Well, I love that. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out Reese Alexander. She is a new addition, and you won't want to miss all of her advice and tips on fashion.
Here's Everyway Woman.
We're back with Everyway Woman, Woman in the Media. With the upcoming presidential elections, we want the candidates to know that we are the women in the media. We have some questions, and quite frankly, we want answers.
Yes,
So we had our viewers ask us to write in, and I want to tell you some of the questions. This one was for President Obama. What changes have you made since the last time you ran, and what do you think were your biggest mistakes? How do you think he would answer that, Jacquelyn?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I don't know, but let me just say I think Michelle's doing a great job of coming around with the
Michelle, not the president.
Not the president. I know, because honestly, that he's under so much fire. I don't think he can come up with a good answer that's not going to be criticized. So I think she's doing a really great job of backing him up in the social media and really kind of honing in on the women and the young and bringing that, because they've got to focus on new things and new tactics, because the answers are
kind of old.
They're old and they're hard and the questions are tough.
Yeah, I want to know if he gets reelected, like, will he be more tough? Because I feel like he's kind of like trying to please. He's doing that people-pleasing stuff a little bit too much for me, and I just need him to go like.
But in that job,
balls to the wall.
you can't ever please anybody. So I mean, you know what I mean?
But that's true. But the thing is, he's trying to waver too much, and it's keeping him. I feel like it's keeping him from attaining some of the goals that he's even set.
Good, Tasha. Here's one that our viewer wrote in. Your wife has been able to stay at home and raise your children. Would you consider giving a tax credit for families who have a parent that stays home? What do you think about that question?
Well, that would be a question I would pose to Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney,
because
exactly.
I would want, Mitt Romney, he's a huge family person. His wife got to stay home and take care of children. Now, they cut my taxes so much, I can't even have kids because I got to pay for other people's children.
Right.
So I think you should
What do you mean you're paying for other people's children?
I'm paying for other people's children to go to school.
Welfare.
I'm paying for other people's children.
That's right.
But I think if you, to help people to get married, stay, have a reason to get married, why don't they get more tax credits for being married?
You know, that, like that
being
1%,
stay-at-home moms.
You know, the 1%, the very wealthy, they pay fewer taxes than the rest of us, and I think that has been a big.
I think that's
well,
wrong. That's something we need
very
to,
wrong.
Because that is one thing that Obama has kept in the tax cuts for rich people, and I feel like that needs to change. And they also need to stop using the excuse of, they'll give us more jobs, they'll hire more people, but that's crazy.
They need to afford a $40,000 dinner at Sarah Jessica Parker's place
that's right. I forgot about
in
that
New
part,
York.
and that's why.
So they need a little
because
more.
I think that it's crazy that because they keep using that excuse of they'll hire more people if you give them the tax cuts.
Okay,
that's
so
crap,
Jackie, that goes
because
into
stuff does not have to be that high.
Here's one of the questions that our viewer wrote in. For President Obama and Mitt Romney, are you going to cut tax breaks for companies that take jobs overseas? As we're talking about taxes.
I definitely think he should, because it should be, people should get, not to take jobs overseas, people if they bring them back. I think that they should get tax cuts. Companies that want to bring out jobs back.
No, the question is if you're going to do tax breaks for people who or you continue to give them tax breaks for people overseas.
No.
Honestly, though, if we're going to build America, we have to build the world too. Everybody is.
We have to build this nation.
It's building America.
We do have to bring jobs back to America.
Yeah,
but
we
there has
do.
to be a
And I feel like
balance.
I actually
Building
feel
the
like
world.
companies should get tax breaks if they bring their companies
Wait
back
a minute,
here.
hold on, because this is an interesting perspective. Elaborate on that. What do you mean?
Here's the thing. In my opinion, America's great. I love it. We've been the powerhouse and the world leader for
And now we're
so
sinking.
long.
But what
We're
do
sinking,
you mean,
but
Jacquelyn? What do you mean by that? Because I'm on edge. Like, what do you mean take care of the world? We're already doing that.
Yeah, we do.
We're doing that, but the world can't take care of us anymore. And here's the thing. We've been outsourcing to Mexico, China, India,
And we need to
all these
insource.
places. Of course we need to insource, but we have to do it differently. There has to be some kind of respect for what they're doing to build businesses in third world countries. We're helping the world in that way. If we take that all back,
and meanwhile,
they're all
our
going to
homeless
fall.
population is rising. There are more problems here.
Exactly.
Healthcare is a mess. People are dying from illnesses. I mean, there's so much
illegal
stuff.
aliens why can we stop giving all these benefits to illegal aliens?
Okay, so listen.
Can we?
That one's interesting. Let me ask you. Here's another question. Actually, Reese, I want you to answer this one. Mitt Romney, will Ann be the ambassador for parents staying at home to raise children? Will she be promoting that cause? What do you think? I mean, she's the one. She's the stay-at-home mom. She got a lot of back for it.
You know what?
She should
I
be.
don't think that anyone should be an ambassador for someone to stay at home. You know, that's ridiculous. I think if you can afford to stay at home or you want to stay at home.
No, I think the question is because stay-at-home mothers still have a stigmatism. So will she be the one to put the cause out there to say it's okay if that's the choice your family makes?
Because it's still work. As a
Absolutely.
career person,
Yeah.
HR person, you're an HR person. You're working. I don't care if you're working inside the home or you're working outside. It is still
work.
a job. It is still a respectable job.
Ladies,
Something that needs to
we
be
got a
done.
question. You know what we'll do? We're going to come back. We'll ask more. We are Women in the Media. You heard our questions. We're looking for answers. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Here's Everyway Woman.
We're back with our halftime report. TK, who are the women that we should be watching this summer?
Well, as you know, the 2012 Olympics is coming up in London. My number one favorite, because I got to interview her, Carmelita Jenner, 100 meter runner. She won the world championships last year in the 100 meters, and she's the fastest woman in the world. She is the second ever to FloJo. So, I mean, she's definitely one to watch in the 100 meters.
Just gotta get her some nails.
Yes.
And don't blink while you're watching because that girl is fast.
Yes.
She ran something in like 10 seconds.
10.64.
30-something, right?
32 years
Wow.
old. So,
Which
I mean,
is young.
in the sprint world, I mean, there's girls coming up for the U.S., there's girls coming up for Jamaica. In sprints, the 1, 2, and 4, those are the 2 countries that you have to watch.
Wow, okay.
And the next U.S. sprinters, Allison Felix.
Allison, yes.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes. 200 meters, she's going to run for sure. I spoke to her. She wasn't quite sure she's going to run the 400 meters. But if she does, she tried to do the 2-4 combo in the World Championships, didn't quite make it. The last person to do it, the 2-4, is Michael Johnson in the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta.
TK, is she small?
She's small. She's tiny. She has a 400-meter build, but she runs the 200 meters. 200-meter girls are more like Carmelita Jenner, a little bit more stocky, more muscle. It's when you see her, if you didn't know who she was, you just think she's just a regular girl.
She seems like such a wonderful young lady. I
Very-
saw an article about her. She seems very grounded.
Yeah, very sweet girl. Next girl, Ronda Rousey. Have you guys heard about her?
Judo. Ronda got a bad stomach, okay?
Yes.
Ronda looks good.
She is the
Don't mess with her.
number 1 MMA fighter pound for pound.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys got to see her fight. I got to see her fight against Michelle Tate. Arm bars, she usually finishes all girls off in the first round.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yes.
Can she be my friend?
It's like ballet when she does it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Her next fight's gonna be August 18th, so definitely a one to watch. She's gonna be fighting Sarah Kaufman, so that's gonna be an interesting fight. But it's also gonna be, it's almost not like, I don't want to compare it to Mayweather, but she's just really killing the scene.
And she's feminine though. I mean, she's beautiful.
Yes, they have another girl by the name of Chris Cyborg. Not so much. She's not necessarily on the prettier side, so they're actually really gravitating to Ronda Rousey as far
All
as
women
the,
are beautiful,
Well,
TK.
I mean, sometimes God spent a little more time on others than,
It shouldn't matter though. It matters because to fight, you have to be so trained and you have to be precise.
Right.
And nobody cares about what Pacquiao looks like.
However, you have to remember this. Unfortunately, with women's sports, it's the more times if you are better looking than others, you will make more money.
Well, now there's more women coming out, so that's going to be changed, and it's just going to be on who you are and your skills.
Hopefully, I don't agree with that. We'll
You know
see.
who I want you to talk about? Cheyenne Woods.
Yes, Tiger Woods' niece. Wow. She is up and coming. She just turned pro this year.
It's in the genes.
It's in the genes, hopefully. So we'll definitely see what's going to happen with her. I mean, it's fairly new, so it's who's to say what's going to happen.
Okay. Now I want you to talk about Dora Torres. Dara Torres. She's special to me because we're the same age.
Amazing story. She is 45 years old. She is going for the Olympics.
Yes.
She has been in the Olympics since 1984.
That's
I think I've read something like
long
12
time.
times.
Yes.
And 4 golds, 4 silvers, 4 bronze. I mean, she is just run the gamut.
And it's not like, she's kind of she's trying it because she's good at it and she might not make it. She's legit. So, you have to watch out for her for winning some medals as well this Olympics.
She's too legit to quit.
Yeah.
That's great longevity.
Yeah. And another person to watch out for, she's actually a Pasadena resident born in Pasadena, if I can get my notes here. Missy Franklin.
Okay.
She is 17 years old. She has she's a swimmer.
Yes.
And she's actually going to be competing in the Olympics. Well, going to be attempting to compete in the Olympics. A lot of the sports now, they're actually going through their trials. So track and field, basketball, badminton, etc.
Right.
So you're going to watch out for her. But
Okay.
you know what I found really interesting? She's a Pasadena resident, native California.
You know what I also found very interesting? She has got size 13 feet. So she always said her mama said she had built-in flippers. I mean, talk about difficulty.
Can she go to Nordstrom's and find shoes?
Big and tall. and
they'll
something.
order
She's
them
a
for you.
swimmer and doesn't even need those shoes.
Oh my gosh. We cannot forget about Venus.
Oh,
How's Venus?
Speaking of shoes.
Yes. Venus Williams has been doing really, really well.
Right. Okay.
2011, there was, you know, the illness. She got sick. She had to take some time out. She came out this year banging. So we'll definitely see if her and her sister are going to be doing the Olympics this year. Again, you know, it's kind of trials time, so we don't know who's actually going to the Olympics for sure just yet.
I mean, it's a little bit of a tough call, though. She went from number 1 to now number 47 this year.
Number 47.
Number 47.
Really big drop.
I mean, that's got to be a tough blow to
bring it
beat.
up.
Yes, yes and no. If you like with the tennis competitions, it's so, you know, depending on what competition
I was
you
gonna
kind
ask,
of
how
go
did
up
they do
and
that
down.
ranking thing?
Yeah, the ranking is very I don't want to say subjective, but she's definitely possible. And you're talking about as far as tennis and then competing for the Olympics are almost two different things. So she can definitely be 47th as far as tennis concerned, but also compete for the
And
U.S.
there was also
win
some
gold.
questions going on with the judging too.
Okay.
Another person to watch, if we're staying almost to the Olympics theme, for the WNBA, the Sparks has an amazing team this year. There's a couple people I want to highlight. First, Candace Parker is going to the Olympics for the team.
She is. Okay.
Yeah, she's going to be competing for the
Yay.
U.S. If you guys know a little bit about Candace, she was number 1 draft pick, second person in the WNBA to do to complete a dunk. First one was Lisa Leslie.
Yes.
And you know, she's had some injuries, so the Sparks have kind of been going into, you know, they get great teams, and then, you know, injury happens and they don't quite make the cut. So hopefully the season's going to be extended now. So the WNBA is going to take a break for the Olympics. Their players are going to compete in the Olympics, and then some will stay here and actually, you know, continue practicing.
And who's the other one?
Another one is Nike Ogemeke.
Okay.
She was a Stanford player, number 1 draft pick, also in the Sparks.
Okay.
Amazing person, amazing
LA.
personality. And LA is stacked. They have
we're
Atlanta
doing
Bear.
Duncan.
Yeah.
Kings, I mean, we're doing it.
They have-
Silver's gold.
Yeah, so they have Atlanta Bear, Christy Tolliver. I mean, the team is just stacked this year, and the WNBA is really coming up with their players and everything
Wow.
else.
Yeah, the Clippers
TK,
came
thank
up
you
here.
for